Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to crochet this shrug. I'm using 4 medium weight yarn, and then you can use any 4 medium weight yarn of your choice. So now let's get started. Alright, for this tutorial I'm using Caron Simply Soft. You don't actually have to use the same yarn I'm using. You can use any 4 medium weight yarn of your choice. And I'll be using 2 skeins of this yarn, and I'm making this in size small. I'm going to use 4.5 millimeter hook. We'll need stitch marker, and needle, scissors, and tape measurements. So what you will do is that you will measure your shoulder to shoulder, how many inches you have, and then you're going to add that to the multiple of stitches that we need. Now for this pattern, it is a multiple of 4 plus 2. So what you will do, you add 4 plus 4 plus 4. You just make a long chain. If you want your project big, you can add more. So you can add 4 plus 4 plus 4. Then at the end you will add 2, and then the amount of stitches you will have is going to be how big or small your project will be. So I'm going to demonstrate the pattern for you to work the both body panels are the same, back and front is just the same thing. So I'm going to chain 26 as you see in this video. So whatever foundation chains you have, this one is just to show you how to work the body panels. So go on and make your foundation chains, and then we are going to start the first round for this project. So I have 26 foundation chains with me here, and now we are going to start the first round. And to start the first round, I'm going to skip first stitch into the next one, and then I'm going to make the single crochet. You put your stitch marker there to know where you will end at when you start the next round, and then you will chain 2, yarn over, skip the next stitch, and then into the next one you will make a double crochet. And then when you finish, you will chain 2, you skip the next stitch, not the one you already work into, the next one close to it. You will skip it and then work single crochet into the next stitch. And then you will chain 2, you will yarn over, make a double crochet into the next stitch by skipping 1 stitch. Now this is the repeat for this first round. Work double crochet, chain 2, you will skip 1 stitch, and then into the next one you will work single crochet, and then you will chain 2, skip 1 stitch, make double crochet into the next one. So this is the repeat for round 1. So whatever foundation chains you make, just make sure you have the correct amount of stitch, which is the multiple of stitches we're supposed to have, 4 plus 2. Just repeat this pattern for this first round until you reach at the end of your foundation chains, and I'll meet you back there to start round 2. Don't forget to make 2 chains, and don't forget to skip. Now to finish this, you will finish with a a single crochet. So as you can see, this is the first round and this is how it looks like. We start with single crochet and end with single crochet. Now we are going to start round 2. You will chain 4. This counts as a double crochet. Sorry, you will chain 5. It counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. So now you're going to skip that single crochet where our chain is coming from, and then into the next double crochet you make single crochet. Go onto both loops, make a single crochet, and then you will chain 2. You will yarn over and then into your next stitch, which is a single crochet we worked in the previous first round. You will put there a double crochet. Go onto both loops. And then again you will chain 2. You make a single crochet into the next stitch, which is a double crochet. So this is the repeat for round 2. So whatever foundation chains you have, just repeat this for round 2 until you reach the end of your foundation chains. Your single crochet will have double crochet and then the double will have single crochet. But before you work onto any stitch, you must chain 2 and then you make your next stitch. So repeat this until you reach at the end and I'll meet you back there. See, this is how round 2 is looking like so far. And when you reach at the last stage, remove your stitch marker and don't forget to chain 2. Our last stitch is going to have double crochet because this stitch will start with single crochet. So at this round 2 we will end with the double crochet into that stitch. Yarn over and go into that last stitch, pull up a loop and then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then chain 1. So this time around for round 3 we will start with a single crochet and end with single crochet. So you are just going to repeat round 1 and 2 for the entire project, for the both back and front panels. Into that first stitch, which is a double crochet, you are going to skip your chain 1 and then make a single crochet. Put your stitch marker there and then when you finish, chain 2 into our next stitch, which is a single crochet. We are going to make a double crochet into that stitch. Go on to both loops, chain 2 into our next stitch is going to be a single crochet. Now you just repeat around 1 and 2 for the entire project, as I say, for the back panel and the front panels. Whatever foundation chains you make for the first panel, which is the body panel, is going to be the same amount, the same foundation chains you are going to make for the other panels. We are going to need 2 body panels, so both should be equal. You should have the same foundation chains for both panels. If you chain 70 for one panel, which is a body panel, and the other panel is also going to be 70 chains, so everything should be equal. So just repeat round 1 and 2 until you reach your desired fit, and I'll meet you back at the end. So me, I'll just keep on working like this until I have the amount of rows that I want. So when you reach at the end of this round, you will have to make a single crochet. You will skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, into the third stitch you are going to make a single crochet. because since we chain to 5, our chain 3 is the double crochet and the 2 chains is just to give us the space in between. So now we are going to start with chain 5, which counts as a double crochet and a chain 2. When you chain your 5, you will turn your work. Now you are going to skip that single crochet and then walk into the next stitch. You're going to make a single crochet into that stitch. Don't forget to chain 2, then yarn over, make a double crochet into the next stitch. When you reach your last stitch, which is a single crochet, you're going to remove your stitch marker and then make a double crochet into that last stitch. And this is how the work is going to look like. So now you will chain 1, turn your work, and then that stitch, you skip your chain 1 into the next one, you will make single crochet, you will chain 2, and then you will make a double crochet into the next stitch. Like I said, just repeat round 1 and 2, and when you make your single crochet, don't forget to put your stitch marker because it's kind of tricky at the end. So just repeat round 1 and 2. Like I said, you can make how many rounds you want. So keep on working, and then I'll meet you back at the end. You should have 2 body panels and they all should be the same. Alright, as you can see, I already make my panels. I have about 54 rounds for both panels, but 2 body panels. I have 2 already. So go on and work yours, and then we are going to work on the sleeves. So just repeat the work until you reach your desired fit, and then we are going to start working on the sleeves. Okay, for the sleeves, it's just the same multiple, okay, multiple of 4 plus 2. So just go ahead and add 4 plus 4 plus 4, as many as you want, and then at the end you will add 2, and then the amount of stitches you will have is the amount of chains you will chain, okay? So for the sleeves, I make more chains for the body panels than the sleeve. So since I have 18 here, I'm just going to demonstrate just the same thing we did for the body panel. I'm demonstrating the pattern. So go ahead and make the sleeve as long as you want, sorry, as big as you want. For the foundation chains, you can make more foundation chains. If you want your sleeve oversized, you can make it big to your own desire. So when you put your single crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, make double crochet into the next one, chain 2. This is just the same thing like how we work with the body panels. The only difference is the amount of chains I make for my body panels, and difference is different from the sleeves. I make more chains for my body panels than the sleeves, so but the pattern is the same thing. Chain 2 here, yarn over, skip 1 stitch, make double crochet into the next one, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, single crochet into the next one, chain 2, make double crochet into the next one by skipping 1 stitch, and then you will end with a single crochet. This is how it should be. You start with single crochet, you should end with single crochet. Now you're going to chain 5. Chain 5 counts as a double crochet and a chain 2 in between. This is our double crochet. Now we are going to add 2 chains. So now that stitch does not need any stitch to walk into, so you're going to skip that stitch and make a single crochet into your next stitch. And then you will chain 2. Now you will go ahead and make double crochet into your next single crochet. Pattern is just the same. It's just the same body panels, and the sleeve is the same. So just go ahead and you can make more rounds. For the sleeves, you can make it as long as you want. As you keep on adding more rows, you can mention it over your arm to see if you want it more long. You can add more rounds. You can stop at any round you want, anytime you want to stop. If you want to make it short, you can. It's up to you. Chain 2, this time around you will end a single crochet, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and then to the next one you will make a single crochet. Now to start the next round, you will chain 5, which counts as a double crochet, and chain 2 throughout our work. Make single crochet into your next double crochet, chain 2, and then make double crochet into your next single crochet, chain 2, single crochet into your next stitch. So just repeat this for this round. So go ahead and make more rounds of your sleeve. Like I say, you can make it to your own length as long as you want. You can reach at any point and then you stop. You just keep making rounds. You can stop at any round. So keep on working like this, and then I'll meet you back at the end of our work to show you how we are going to join them together. Okay, this is my sleeve. It's kind of long. This is it. I have about 15.1 inches. And this is how long my sleeve is. I make more rows. My sleeve is very long. This is how I want mine. So I'll just stop from this point, and you can do it anyhow you want. So I will go ahead and make another one. We'll need 2 of this. So we are going to join everything together. So this is my work, 2 sleeves and 2 body panels. So we're going to join them together. So I don't have enough space, so we are going together to work to join the body panels first. So go ahead, you can put a stitch marker to a particular point wherein you can wear it over your head and see that if the neckline is okay for you. If you want your neckline more relaxing, more open, you can reduce your closing points. So this is how I want mine. Make sure everything is equal. So this is how my neckline is going to be. It's open. So like I say, you can adjust your the body neckline. If you want it more open, you can adjust it. So now we are going to join them together by take your tapestry needle and the same yarn that you use to work your project, and we're going to sew the body panels together. So fold them together like this, and then from that point where my stitch marker is coming from, there I'm going to start stitching the body panels together. I'll just go at the top of every loop that I have. I'm going to make a knot at the side. So just go into every loop that you have on both panels. Go at the top of every loop, and when you reach at your chain 2, just go at the top of your loops and stitch the body panels together. This is my chain 2 space, so I'll just go at the top and take 2 loops, and to the other side I'm doing the same thing. Just take 2 loops. So the same way you're going to attach this first part of your work is the same way you're going to attach the other side of our panels. And make sure you don't pull your yarn too tight so that your work will not look odd. Just take it out slightly. And this is going to be the wrong side of our work, and when we finish later we'll turn everything out. This is the right side and this is how it looks like. So by just taking 2 loops at the top of your work, you will have this effect. It's hard to find out, to know at the right side that you really stitch your work. So go ahead and tie the knot at the end when you finish stitching your work, and then hide the little bit of your yarn and then cut it off. And this is the same thing you're going to do for the other side. You will repeat this same process to attach the other side. So go ahead and do the same thing for this other side. And we're going to join the sleeves on the panel, on the body panels. Alright, I am done fixed and joining both body panels, as you can see. So now we are going to join the sleeves onto the body panels, but the work should be at the wrong side still. This is the right side, so we are going to turn it outside, which is the wrong side should facing us. So now we're going to attach the sleeve. Fold your sleeve into 2 like this. Make sure you line it up nicely, and then take a stitch marker and join it and attach it at the center, and then you will attach this stitch marker onto the body panel. This is the middle part of our sleeve. So lay your work straightly like this and straighten your sleeve. Make sure you're lining up your sleeve properly. The amount of rows you have here where your sleeve stop, the first part, is the same amount of rounds you should have at the other side of your work. So make sure everything is lining up properly so that you will have an even work at the end. So you can go ahead and put stitch markers so that you will know where you're going to start and where you are going to end when you are stitching your work. So I have about 9 rounds here, and then when I reach at the 10 rounds I put my stitch marker, and I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. So which means where my stitch marker is, I'm going to start to attach my sleeve to the body panel there, and then I'm going to end where my stitch marker, the other stitch marker is. So going to the top loops where my stitch marker is, I'm going to start attaching there the yarn and remove that stitch marker. Secure it. So now put your work like this and then go into the top loops, just like how we join the body panels. Just go at the top loop of your work, and like I said, don't pull it too tight, don't pull your yarn too tight, just go up slightly and attach it. Just go back and forth like this, go into the top loops only. And the same way we are attaching this one panel, this sleeve to the body panel. It's the same way we are going to attach the other one, the other sleeve to the body panels. When you reach your chain 2, just go at the top of your 2 loops and leave the 1 loop underneath it, like the same way we attach the body, the shoulder parts of our body panels. So repeat this process. Make sure your work is equal, your panels are lined up properly until you reach your stitch marker at the middle. So this is the middle part of my work, so I'm just going to remove that stitch marker, and then I will continue the same thing until I reach at the end of my last stitch marker, and then I will just secure my yarn at that point and then hide the tail of my yarn, and then I'll cut it off, and I'll repeat the same thing for the other side to join this sleeve. Just the same thing like this first one. So go on and join your sleeve, and then I'll meet you back at the end of. So this is how it looks like at the wrong side of our work. I finished joining this first sleeve, and I'm going to join the same thing and do the other one by repeating the same thing we just did for this first one. Alright, so I finished joining the 2 sleeves together. So we are still at the wrong side of our work. Fold your work like this. So now we are going to join everything together by starting at the wherever you want to start. If you want to start joining from your sleeve downwards, you can do that. So I'm going to start by my body panels here. Make sure your work is lining up properly, and I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to attach my yarn there at the beginning of my body panels. I'm going to join them both together, going into the top loops of my work. So now just put your work properly and then go into the top loops of every stitch that you have and join these body panels together until you reach your sleeve, your underarm area of your sleeves. And then we're going to do the same thing, and note the same thing we are doing here by joining this one side together is the same thing we are going to do to join the other parts together. Don't pull your work too tight. Just go into every loops slightly. Alright, this is the underarm area of my work. So now we are going to join the sleeves. So it's just the same thing. Go on to the top loops of your work until you reach at the end of your sleeve. It's just the same thing how we join everything. So repeat this until you reach at the end, and then you're going to repeat the same thing for the other parts. Join the same thing, just the same process, and I'll meet you at the end. Alright, this is the end of our work. So after you finish joining the sleeves together all with the body panel, turn your work at the right side. We are going to work single crochet down our work, but I'm going down with 4mm crochet hook. I use 4.5 for the entire project. Now to make my single crochet at the bottom, I'll use 4mm crochet hook. You can go in with the same hook you use, it's okay. So you can choose your stitch where you make your joining. Pull up your yarn from that point and then chain one into that same stitch. Make a single crochet. There's no increase, you're just no increase, no decrease. So you're just working single crochet into every stitch that you have at the bottom part of your work until you reach where you start your work. So just go into every stitch and make single crochet. This will make our work look neat at the bottom of our work. Now if you want to make 2 or 3 rounds of single crochet, depends to how you want it, you can, but for me I'm just going to make 2 rows of single crochet at the bottom, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for my sleeves, for both sleeves. So when I finish working here at the bottom of my work, and I'm going to repeat the same thing for my sleeve, I'm going to attach my yarn in the sleeves, and I'm going to make single crochet, and then I'll make another round of single crochet. So I'll make two rounds for both sleeves, and then 2 rounds for the bottom part of my body panel. So when you finish, you're going to slip stitch into your first stitch, your first single crochet. You chain one, and then you cut off the yarn, then weave in the ends of your yarn, and then you're going to repeat the same thing for the sleeves. This is how it looks like after you make your single crochet at the bottom. So repeat the same thing for the sleeve. Attach your yarn at the point where your sewing takes place, and then repeat the same thing until you have your desired fit, and then you can stop. So after making single crochet, go ahead and weave in all the ends of your yarn, and that is the end of our project. So if you wear your shrug and you find out that your neckline is kind of big, you can just adjust it by decreasing the length of your neckline.